Greetings. Welcome, my soul family, to March, to another month. I wanted to start doing some monthly reads. I feel like the energies are really getting palpable and intense, and it can be really helpful to have some collective insight into the process that's going on as we kind of chunk this thing out day by day, week by week. So I thought I would delve into some collective March reading. And I feel like this is the energy between now and the equinox. So for the next 3 weeks, and I want to just show you the cards I'm shuffling. They have not been pulled out ahead of time. I just want to find out what's going on in the inner workings, the underworkings, the fabric, if you will, of the cosmos during this 3-week period. Ooh, communication, co-creation. That's very beautiful. That is a call for the collective to come together. And so you may be being drawn or pulled in to organize or collaborate with someone or a group of someone's, where you're just feeling the energy pulling you together. And by the same token, people who are not on the same page are going to be repelled apart from each other. As manifestia, interestingly, the energy of manifestation wants to happen in these collaborations. So really start to get a feel about what kind of thing you're intending. And if you're watching this when I've just posted it, March 2nd is a new moon. This is the next one. Heart chakra. Wow. So this really feels like, with these 3 cards, some co-creating, especially in the relationship realm, the heart realm. So the collaborations, you could be finding these soulmate connections around other like-minded people, or wherever you're being drawn, they're also being drawn. Or it's also saying, what are you manifesting with your person right now? Because this is definitely about, is there something you and your person are meant to bring on the world, out into the world, and that's the seeds for that are wanting to be planted. So let's get another layer here. There's 2 popping out here: balanced forces and full spectrum. Balanced forces, again, is the masculine feminine energy. So you've got the 2 sides that mirror each other coming in, balanced forces and full spectrum. So I'd love to just read a little bit about those. This is the Beyond Lemuria guidebook by Izzy Ivy. And her artwork is something else, right? This is what drew me to get this deck, because I saw some of her art. So yeah, the yin yang, the balance of duality. To become the full spectrum human. So this is someone with all of their chakras lit up. Crown chakra, corona, fully lit up. Merkaba generated and connecting them to the root. And you can see that's coming out of the skeletons of the past, the bones of the past. So if you've been feeling like you've been going through a death cycle, well, you have. That is what the winter months are meant. And of course, if you're in the southern hemisphere, you have the weather a little bit different, but we still all have collectively been going through a death process that, see how it feeds the energy body. It feeds the star Merkaba, which is feeding the whole human, the full spectrum human, to sprout wings. So this happens through this balancing out, and many people are feeling it in their beings, and then it's manifesting in their relationships, in the world, in the co-creation. So you might even have noticed like different people coming together, trying to see if that's the right combo. Is this the right combo? Is this the right combo? Is this the right combo? And those being repelled out. Because it does have to be a heart-centered connection. It does have to be in the heart for this manifestation. In Sanskrit in the Vedic texts and the philosophy of the heart chakra, it is also interpreted as the wish-fulfilling tree. So the wish-fulfilling tree is the potentiality of an open heart. When I heard that, I was like, woo, it's kind of freaky and exciting and cool. But see, when the heart's fully open, it has the magnetism to pretty much pull in anything. So this is a really beautiful thing. Actually, with this green, I'm even feeling like St. Patrick's Day energy, like what wants to be drawn in by St. Patrick's Day. And there's a little dragonfly there, which is all about shattering the illusions that we've had at the heart. And you know, a lot of heartbreak is really that. It is this like shattering of the illusion that can just feel devastating as all those like illusory mirror shards break. You know, what I was learning from one of my teachers about core illusions of reality. Studied with Almeen for a long time. And she pointed out one of the core illusions of this reality is the mirror, because it's showing the opposite, right? It's showing something that's not true. It's the inversion. So part of the drawing in of relationships that become discordant are to help flip the illusion to the right way. It's like punching out, if you like press out like candy makers and they stick out the back. It's just one example because I used to make chocolate. And then you have to flip it back over and pop them back out. It's sort of like that inversion happening when we're in discordant unions, and then we step away. We're popping that back out of us, and those relationships serve a purpose. They help you see where you're like, not that, this is not who I am, this is not it, this is not it. And then you have the heart connection. So I see some beautiful like reunions even happening, communion happening of souls. Yeah, there's a real balancing, and I love that this card showed up because this spring equinox is the balancing of forces. That's the equal light, equal dark. Interestingly, we have a dark moon up here. So we're just about to have one dark moon, so it could also mean from the dark moon tomorrow through the next dark moon, there is this balancing happening, which I feel is a really powerful, like some people are going to super launch, people and couples are going to just go through a massive acceleration. Okay, so that is one option. I feel like I want to give another option because that is the energy that's coming through. That's the frequency wave. And not everybody will ride that particular way of manifesting. So I'm feeling like there's another version that wants to be spoken of. And just want to make sure these are the right cards to speak that. I'm feeling tarot, actually. I'm going to use this tarot that I actually can't find the book for. I can't even remember what they're called, which tarot they're called. So the mystery deck. So let's tune into what this energy could look like for someone who's not quite tapped into that super powerful evolutionary relationship energy or inner union. Even though that will happen to a degree to everyone, what is another scenario that we can see that might resonate with some of the watchers here? So let's see. Let's get, again, 3 cards. And then an extra. Some people love to watch shuffling. Oh, that was 1. 2. Okay, we have 9 of Swords, so definitely some feelings of loss, and Page of Pentacles. Okay, that's definitely about self-worth and having, and feeling good about what one has. we've got Three of Cups upside down. So with the Nine of Swords, I'm going to pull another layer here. Okay, so this is a possible other scenario. Reverse Lovers and reverse Page of Swords. Now, I feel like it's really good to understand the potentiality of what's coming together, and then when you see it, if it starts manifesting like this, you can simply make the transition. You can translate this experience and see how it actually is the first set of cards. It is this activation of the heart. It is this balancing out of polarities. You can see it that way. But it might show up first like this, which is feeling like the relationship is out of balance. There's an imbalance. Someone's holding back. They're not fully expressing what is in there. So someone's biting their tongue about something, and it's hurting the relationship. The relationship's not feeling harmonious. If that is going on, what's sort of happening for them underneath, or for you underneath, is a self-worth thing, like feeling, am I worthy? Feeling some, like noticing where some losses have occurred in life, maybe what they missed out on. There's a lot of like thinking back about, you know, like a reflection of lifetime. Nines are endings, so it does cause, there's a lot of nines that are popping around right now in readings and all over the place. But definitely there's a reflection on the past, but also like just quarreling with one's own thoughts, feeling at loss, feeling some devastation even, some sorrow could be with the nine. And then Three of Cups reverse, there's not a party going on. There's not the celebration that Three of Cups normally is. So there's a craving for that, for the, you know, celebration, for the fun, the connection and the communion. That's not happening. And so it's making you wonder, well, is it something I've done? Have I done something wrong? Have I, you know, like maybe I shouldn't have done this, that, or the other, that's making me see like where my self-worth lies. So that can be how it shows up for you or for your person or someone around you. Just have some compassion, knowing that forces are trying to be balanced out within. So I'm going to pull some crystals from the Judy Hall's Crystal Wisdom Oracle. Really beautiful cards, and she's charged up every card with the crystal itself. So if we have the second deck, you know, happening, if we have this strained relationship where someone's not, you know, expressing because they maybe are feeling like they're missing out on something in life, and it's making them question their worth. That can be on either side. What crystals can support? So garnet is coming up, which is really cool. That's definitely saying, hey, this is a life force activation that's going on. This is a kundalini, a breath of God buzz that's coming onto the planet, and you need to get it. So also appetite, you got to accept what is. This is a big one. Accept, accept, accept. Wherever things are right now, even if there's a sense of loss or this isn't working out, you can work with these two stones, garnet and apatite. Apatite also is a really good stone to support the mind and writing, so it may be good to let this garnet energy, this sensual, divine, life force energy come in, this passionate energy, and define in some words, you know, let yourself write out, like how can you accept things exactly as they are and see the most beautiful version. Because, you know, Nine of Swords is like, this is all in your mind. Like, you're really just thinking about this in a way that's making it feel like a loss and feel like defeated. Wow. This is actually a really powerful time for, you know, with the nines, for these old beliefs to be shed. And these two stones, and there's one on the bottom, the auralite, is the soul connector. So by opening up to the life force, if you are the one that can feel it, then open it up even more in you and let it channel into you, accept things the way they are, and maybe write about them in a new, beautiful way. Like you write the story new. So if so-and-so has been always at odds with you and you're not able to communicate and everything seems to be a misfire and there's constant spats and you just want peace, if that's been your story, accept it, breathe in life to it, connect to their soul. Feel yourself connecting to their soul and know that this is all about becoming the full spectrum human. This whole experience is to light everything up. So nothing has been a wrong choice or a wrong path or a wrong decision, or else it wouldn't have happened, is my philosophy. So if it did happen, then there is a beautiful way to see it. There's a way in which it's perfect for your evolutionary process. So connecting to their soul and saying that story again to yourself in a new way. And you get to be the author of that. You get to decide and say, my partner was always challenging me to seek a new enlightened solution. They were always challenging my old beliefs so that I could grow. They were pushing me to see how I would respond to their toughness, if I would cave or if I would hold my own. And what an honor to go back and forth with them and to be raw and real and experience all the things that I experience with them, that I can experience sadness, that I can experience frustration and even hatred sometimes, that I can experience the feelings of not knowing how I feel about myself, because what a powerful container this relationship is for the evolution of my soul. And to connect into that energy and allow it to revivify you. So we're going to go through a Stargate to close this up. And we'll ask one of the Stargate activation portals to open up for us for this March and take us through this gateway. Which one will it be? Which gateway is opening up for the people watching this video? March of 2020. The Akashic Records. Oh, look at this. It says clearing old stories. We just did that. So what I just did with that story, you and I get to continue to do that and clean up all of our old stories. Release past lives. Like this is the portal from the underworld to the new birth. March, the equinox, this is the portal to the new. We have been traversing the underworld in the northern hemisphere these past 6 months, and we're coming to the end. And that means it's also the end of a cycle, a bigger cycle. So the old ways we told the last cycle's story, they get to be released. And we invite in the new. What an amazing, amazing time. So, on that note, if you are interested or would like help in doing some Akashic Records clearing, see what might still be lingering for you, or if you're feeling it and you just don't know what to do with it and you would like some support, please reach out to me. Send me an email, stasiabliss@gmail.com, or you can comment here. It might take me a little longer to find it, but I would be more than honored to either do a personal reading for you or work on some of these clearings. So feel free to reach out to me and have a very awesome, we're through the portal. I'm hearing there's one more thing. There's like a blessing or a gift of some kind. We've got the hidden realms that somebody wants to say something. Oh, hold on. We've gone through the gateway for the Akashic Records clearing. And there's a message that's leading, and it is a message from the Hidden Realms. Changing consciousness, awareness, extrasensory perception. Looks like a fairy. So I'm going to read from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. Really, really beautiful. Lovely brief synopsis of the card, which sometimes it's great to have a long one, and sometimes it's really appreciated that it's very concise. So I appreciate all the kinds. So I want to read this to you, and we'll end on this. From the center of this night flower emerges a fairy, fully born upon this planet. The fairy gazes into the night sky, perhaps longing for a moment, for the last lifetimes, the home world from where they came. This is the lesson of this being in the card, that we distinguish too much, we humans, and we fail to see what is plainly there before us. We cannot see that within each flower lies a universe, and that the fairy is indivisible from the flower. We cannot see that when we separate all into categories that seek to understand, we eventually fail and succeed only in dividing and separating until we lose the mystery we too were born into. We share the same cellular makeup as the flower, as the fairy. We are more alike than we are unalike, and we have lost most of our sight as it lies slumbering in the sleeping DNA within us. But when we walk under the stars, and when we gaze at the flowers, or when we see the vision of night, of the other world that emerges when the sun's light is no more, then we truly see. So too, while we are delighting in our senses, we are also imprisoned by their limitations, and we miss the other realities all about us, claiming all the while that what we can perceive with our five senses is the reality of the world, but it is not. So step beyond, dear friend. Know that cherishing life will lead us to seeing more. When we meditate, communicate, soften the gaze and open up, something within us will awaken. And for that fleeting moment, in a vision or under a different light of a friendly star, we will see the fairy. Or we will hear the voices of our ancestors. We will sense what we were previously unable to perceive. Those hidden worlds lie within us, in the codes that are awakening, in the birth of your own senses, in the ability to finally see through the veil and know you too are part of the hidden worlds. Close your eyes and say with me, when I move into the worlds beyond my senses, I can truly begin to know the infinite possibilities of what we call reality. I can expand my consciousness, and the hidden worlds within me and all around me will open up, and I will be a part of the reawakening of the planet. My ending message to you, and I've been outside all morning, but no matter where you are, what the temperature is, I urge you now to go outside. I'm going to take you Get the light codes. Get the sunshine. Breathe, receive, because March is in the air. Thank you for joining me. We'll catch you next time. This is Stasia Bliss.